Good morning, children. Children, as we have completed part A, B, C and D of chapter Light, now we will proceed towards the part E. So what is the first question of part E? The first question is, state the laws of reflection. State the laws of reflection. Describe an activity to show that incident ray, reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. So the two laws of reflection, children, you write down the two laws of reflection. The incident ray, the normal at the point of incidence and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. This is the first law of reflection, and the second law of reflection is the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are equal to each other. So this is the second law of reflection. Now you have to describe an activity to show that the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. So children, an activity is given in your book. You see in page number, it is given in your book in page number 179. You see here in page number 179, this activity is given here, and with the help of this activity you can easily explain that the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal all lie in the same plane. So children, no need to describe the activity, you only just draw the diagram. That is enough to show that all these lines, that is the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal, all are lying in the same plane. So this activity, this diagram is sufficient to do, to show this. Okay. Now, what is the second question? The second question is, you see, trace the path of reflected ray in the following ray diagram. So in the following ray diagram you have to trace the path of reflected ray. So the first diagram, you see, simply the line is normal to the plane mirror, then it will move back in its own direction. That is the same, you just only show by indicating the direction in this way. That is, as it is coming, in the same direction it is passing from after reflection. Now you see here in in B, you see that incident ray is making an angle of 30 degree with the plane mirror. Now you have to draw the reflected ray in the same manner as it makes 30 degree with the normal. So first you draw the normal with the help of pencil, and then you draw the reflected ray by making 30 degree with the plane mirror. Okay. So not by normal, it is the incident ray is making an angle of 30 degree with the plane mirror. So you have to draw the reflected ray in the same manner, that is the reflected ray and the mirror, the angle between these two is equal to 30 degree. See, in this way you have to draw. In this way you have to draw the first one, and this one is the second one. In this way you have to draw. See how it is making 30 degree angle with the plane mirror, the reflected ray is making. Now third diagram is, you see, this one is the third diagram. So here also you have to make the reflected ray of both the incident ray in the same manner as it is making an angle with the mirror. So You can draw this one in this way. See here, number C, the incident ray. This one is the incident ray. This one is also the incident ray. Two rays are coming towards the mirror and it is reflected in the same manner as it is coming towards the mirror. That is, with the help of the same angle, it is reflected back. Now, number 4th. You see the diagram of number 4. Here, children, you see that two mirrors are placed. One mirror is this one and the second mirror is this one. Both the mirrors are placed right angle to each other, that is making 90 degree. And you see here that a ray of incident ray is making 45 degree with the normal. So in the same way, the reflected ray will also make, see here, the reflected ray, this one is the reflected ray and this is the angle made by the reflected ray with the help of the normal. So it will also be 45 degree. Okay. Now children, again one mirror is placed over here at right angle to this first plane mirror. So now this incident ray, which is the reflected ray of the first mirror, this ray is the reflected ray of first mirror. This will become an incident ray for the second mirror. This one is the second mirror and this ray is coming towards the second mirror. So this reflected ray of the first mirror becomes the incident ray of the second mirror. So what happens? Again you have to make again it becomes reflected ray. From here it gets reflected. So again it will make the same angle of reflection as the angle of incidence is here. So this will be the correct diagram of this D question. Okay. So you see here children, this is the answer of question number D. Okay. Now we will proceed towards the question number 3. See what is the question given in question number 3. Draw a ray diagram to show the formation of the image of a point object by a plane mirror and a convex mirror. Children, in your book it is given to show the image of a point source when the mirror used is a plane mirror. So this will be the first 3 answer of question number 3A. Okay. This is the image made by the plane mirror. Here. Now again you have to draw the image made by convex mirror. So here you see the image which is made by convex mirror. So children, here you see this one will be the answer of 3B, question number 3B. This is the image which is formed by a convex mirror. So here this is the answer, that is the image which is made by plane mirror, and this one is image which is made by plane mirror, and this one is the image which is made by convex mirror. So clear children? This is the 3A and this one is the 3B. Okay. Now we will move towards question number 4. What is question number 4? Now you see in question number 4 it is given that, see here, 3 persons are standing at point P, Q and R. See, this is the point P, this is the point Q and this is the point R. So 3 persons are standing at point P, Q and R in front of a plane mirror. This is the plane mirror. Now, can P see himself in the mirror? Also, can he see the image of Q and R in the mirror? So here children see that person P, he is standing away from the mirror in this direction. So P will not be able to see his image in the mirror. He will not be able to see his image in the mirror, but however, he can see, P can see the image of Q and R in the mirror. So the answer will be, here you see that the question is, can he see the image of Q and R in the mirror? Yes, however, he can see the image of Q and R in the mirror. And again, the first question is that, can P see himself in the mirror? No, P cannot see himself in the mirror. However, he can see the image of Q and R in the mirror. Now question number 5th. What is question number 5th? With the help of a suitable diagram, explain the meaning of the following terms for a concave mirror. With the help of suitable diagram, you have to explain the meaning of the following terms for a concave mirror. So children, first you write the definition of all the four, that is the center of curvature, pole, principal axis and focus. After writing the definition, you draw the diagram indicating all the 4 points. So see here, children, this is the definition of all the 4 one. So this is the definition of all the 4, that is the center of curvature, the center of the sphere of which a given mirror is a part, then pole, the central point for the given spherical mirror. Each and every terms you are able to understand very nicely, because we had already discussed each and every point, isn't it? So now, third one is principal axis. The line which is joining the pole and the center of curvature of the spherical mirror is known as the principal axis. Now the fourth and last is what? What is the focus? You see, the point on the principal axis, that is the point on the principal axis where all the rays, that is incident parallel to the principal axis, all the incident rays parallel to the principal axis actually meet or appear to meet. Actually, they meet or they appear to meet after their reflection by the spherical mirror. So you see here, this is the concave mirror. You have to draw or show all these parts in case of concave mirror. So this is a concave mirror. Okay. Now this is the center of curvature of which a spherical mirror is a part. Then this one is the pole, that is the section of the midpoint of the section of this concave mirror, and the line joining the center of curvature to the pole is the principal axis, and here this is the focus, that is the point on the principal axis where all the rays that is parallel to the principal axis actually meet here. All the incident rays, see here, these are the incident ray, this is the incident ray, this one is also the incident ray. After getting reflected from the concave mirror, passes through the focus, that is meet at the point, that is the focus, and they actually meet here in case of concave mirror. So this is the point of focus. Now question number 6. What is question number 6? What type of mirror is used in the following cases? Is the image formed virtual and erect in each case? Now you see question number 6. What type of mirror is used in the following cases? The first one is makeup mirror. Makeup mirror, we supposed to opt with which type of mirror? Concave mirror as well as plane mirror. Rear view mirror of vehicles, we supposed to use here convex mirror. Then the reflecting type telescope, here concave mirror is used. And the last one is shaving mirror. See, all these answers I have written here, and in case of shaving mirror, again plane and concave mirror is used. So first one is makeup mirror, that is concave and plane mirror. Then the second one is rear view mirror of vehicles, again it is convex mirror. Reflecting type telescope, concave mirror. Shaving mirror, plane and concave mirror. And one question is attached in question number 6. One more question is there. Is the image formed virtual and erect in each case? No, in each case the image formed is not virtual. So here the question is asking about, is the image formed virtual and erect in each case? So the answer will be no. The image formed is not virtual and erect in each case. The image formed is not virtual and erect in each case. So that's all, children. The chapter is completed. That is the question answers part. Part A, B, C, D, everything is completed. Now, children, you have to do part D and E. A, B, C you have already done in your notebook. So now you do part D and E in your notebook. Okay, and from our next class we will start a new chapter. Okay, children.